Bitcoin is currently trading at $68,000, and a lot of the altcoin market sectors are starting to pop, but there is one sector that rules above them all. One sector which is creating more millionaires right now than any other crypto we've ever seen before. On today's show, we're going to go into detail regarding some of these potential coins because it's been 100x gain after 100x gain. Not only that, but we will explore what's happening on Solana because a lot of the liquidity is getting sucked through into the Solana ecosystem, and consequently Solana looks set to break out to new heights. So smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and let's get started. Bear in mind the new show time, due to the time changes that have been happening, will now be at 9:30 a.m. SAST time. So that's 5 as of 4 minutes ago. Mark that off in your calendars, and let's get going. Let's get going. So again, some of the coins that stand tall amongst them all, of course, we got 𝗕𝗓𝗡 up 30% on the day, AGIX up 15% on the day. You got Render also up 21.44% on the day. You got Gala, which is also starting to push towards the upside over there. But it looks like when you look at the bubbles over here, it's a competition between currently meme coins and AI cryptocurrencies. And AI, of course, rallying because we have the massive NVIDIA conference, which is going to be taking place this week. And crypto likes narrative. So crypto tends to move towards the narrative. If NVIDIA is having a huge conference, well, they think that some good news might come out of there, and consequently, you will see those AI cryptos rallying. And you have 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕, which is actually speaking at that conference, up 11% as of right now. The hourly, not as pretty, right? Some of the coins still pulling back on the hourly, but weekly, a lot of the coins holding on to their gains. You can see Solana ecosystem, right? 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓, Solana, 𝗕𝗘𝗡𝗎𝗢, still up on the week. We have AVAX, which is quickly catching up. And if you watched last week's video on Friday, we spoke about AVAX being the catch-up trade to Solana. So if you missed Solana, you want to be looking towards AVAX and the AVAX-related ecosystem to get a bit of a catch-up trade taking place over there. So make sure you vote in the poll section below. I have a question for you guys. Vote in the poll section below. Do you want a segment on today's show to consist of meme coin calls, right? We have 54% of people voted yes on Twitter. 45% said no. This whole section over here is related to meme coins. So please vote. We need your votes. I'm going to review this. If the majority vote yes, then we can do the meme coins. If they don't vote yes, well, then we're going to have to skip that section. So make sure to vote. Smash the like button, hit the bell notification. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you're missing out on an immense amount of alpha because I'm not the only host on the channel, right? There's a lot of alpha across both my channel as well as the others. And with time running out, the Bitcoin halving countdown clock waits for no man. We have 32 days, 7 hours, and 3 minutes left before that mining reward dips down once again, going from the current 6.25 Bitcoin for every 10-minute block. It will be reduced to 3.125 Bitcoin for each 10-minute block. And consequently, the miners have to work harder for less Bitcoin. And therefore, they are going to, it creates that supply shock, right? And then price tends to move towards the upside. And we can see what's happened with the monthly returns as well as the quarterly returns leading into what's going to be now the second quarter of the year. We have a couple of days left to close out March. And historically, you need to isolate these different years, right? Because Bitcoin is highly affected by that halving countdown where the reward gets divided in two. Now, if you mark off the way this looks for the month of March, you can see, well, it's about half and half, right? Mostly it closed half green, half red. But when you isolate that down and you remove all the other years and you only focus on the pre-halving year, you will see that it's mostly green. And we can see that based on this chart. Now, we've outlined, we have a couple of different levels over here. All you need to do is focus on the white vertical lines that are running towards the downside. Those white vertical lines mark off the month that the halving cycle took place in the prior years. Now, we also want to line that up with what happened with the RSI. Once the RSI crossed above 73 and started to close there, Bitcoin then went parabolic after that. So if you look at this one over here, this was the first one in November 2025. In November of 2012, you can see closes green, and the following month goes absolutely parabolic with the RSI crossing above that 73 mark, and it was onwards and upwards. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's still a lot of fear in the market that we will have that pre-halving dump. This has happened previously, but it's never happened when the RSI crosses to those extreme levels, right? Because if you look over here in July of 2016, that was the next halving cycle that we had. And I am on a monthly scale here, so very, very high time frame for Bitcoin. You can see where the RSI was, right? The RSI had not yet crossed above that 73 mark. And consequently, the halving cycle was a pullback scenario. But not for long, only for about 1 or 2 months, and then it went parabolic again. So you can see that supply shock that comes into the market. This was the pandemic dump that we had over there, was May of 2020 when the halving cycle took place. And the next month, which was, of course, June, resulted in a tiny, tiny bit of a pullback. If you were to put this on a line chart, really all it would be was price moving flat. Whereas the RSI still much, much lower. And once it gets back above that 73 mark over there, which happened on this candle in November of 2020, the rest is history, parabolic straight towards the upside. Now we're coming up to this period where for the first time in a very, very long time, the first time since 2012, we are coming into the halving cycle in April, but the RSI has already crossed and started to flip green over there, which suggests that a parabolic move could be among us. Now, this is important because we know that risk tends to flow into the lower cap altcoins when we know that Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. The gains have been had in Bitcoin, and degens and people that are risk seeking are looking towards lower cap opportunities to get into the market. So, what is the probability that Bitcoin will continue on this path and not have a pre-halving dump? There's always a possibility of a pre-halving dump, and sometimes the market can do something different to prior times. For example, this time, it's the first time ever that before the halving, we've already gone on to make new all-time highs. Now, if we look at historically what's happened for Bitcoin, once we've made all-time highs, the time from the new all-time high in that cycle, so if you look at this period over here and you look at this period over here, the time that it took to set in the next major cycle top, meaning the bull run is over, took 9 months and 10 months respectively, which means if this were to play out in the same way, a lot of people are talking about a left translated cycle, which simply means that we peak and top long before we're supposed to, and it goes into a blow-off top and the market's over. According to this, we would be looking at a peak within the market. If it's 9 to 10 months from now, it could be towards the end of this year, between December and January of 2025. So you probably want to mark those levels off on your charts. Make sure you pay attention to what price action is doing coming into the end of the year, right? Let's look over here at high time frame on the monthly scale using the MACD and the RSI. All of these are still continuing to trend higher and higher. So the bullish momentum does persist over there for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're having a look at this chart last week. We said we really needed to see what happened with the weekly close. Now you can see you have a little bit of a potential warning sign currently on Bitcoin because price closed back below the prior all-time high, which was set at $69,000 all the way back on the 8th of November 2021. Price is now capped below that level. So the invalidation is very, very simple. If you can see Bitcoin break and close again above this level, it's going to be incredibly bullish and suggest continuation. Otherwise, the way you should view the market right now is ranging between the bottom of last week's candle and the top of last week's candle. Price is capped between those levels, and that's all that you need to focus on for the current time being. So if price starts to lose last week's low, well, then look out to the support level coming in over here at $60,000. A break and hold below $59,000 will confirm the bearish scenario, and then you're going to be looking to support levels after that. So for now, all you need to do, focus on last week's low and last week's high. I'll give you the exact levels. Last week's low came in at exactly $64,505, and last week's high came in at $73,835. Those are the levels to watch for. If you look over here at Bitcoin on the 3-day time frame, we're using the chart prime indicators over here. You can see price is tagging that premium zone, which is adding a little bit of resistance. We've created what you call a fair value gap. A fair value gap is simply an inefficiency within the market where price moves up very, very quickly. The market doesn't like inefficiency, it likes efficiency, which means it comes back to refill those zones, which is exactly what we've had over there. And there, consequently, you're getting a reaction off of that fair value gap, which is marked off by this blue zone. So as long as price can continue to hold and maintain above here, there is the opportunity for the money flow to increase, showing new money coming into the market once again, and we can look towards higher prices. If you want this suite of chart prime indicators, there is a link in the description below. It will take you through to this page. You can try it out 7 days for a 7-day free trial. Of course, you still have to sign up, but then you get a 7-day free trial on that. So check it out in the description if you want to have a look at that. They also have a Discord, right? So it's in the link in the description. Let's look over here. Cool. Bitcoin and Ethereum. We need to focus on this chart. This chart is really our parabolic momentum chart, which will show us when to hold 100% long position versus when to shave some profits. Now, we still have 2 days and 17 hours left for this chart to continue to print its candle. If this candle prints above the low time frame moving average, which is the yellow one, and closes above that level, most notably, it means it needs to reclaim $69,000. If we can reclaim and close in the next 2 days above $69,000, you can continue to hold your 100% allocation to Bitcoin, your Bitcoin long, right? If it loses that level, we need to look down towards the 59K level as support. If you look at Ethereum, Ethereum has already started to lose that level. Bitcoin outperforming Ethereum currently. We wicked below this key level over here. Support is coming in at 3,260. Your level to reclaim for ETH is going to be 3,743. Get and hold above that level and it'll start to look good once again. Now, the corrections are very, very normal within the market, right? If you look at what happened in the 2016-17 cycle, we had these corrections. 40, 40, 30, 30, and 40% corrections. Pretty substantial. 2020 to 2021 cycle, we had 22, 20, 22, 20, 7, and a 10% correction. And then ultimately the top was put in. If you look currently at this cycle in 2024 to 25, we're looking at 21 and 14% corrections so far. Also, most of them are around that 20% correction. I think this guy's missing out 1 or 2 data points. Most of them have been around 20%. But given the hype that's coming into the market right now, especially in the meme coin sector, remember to vote. Remember to vote in that poll below. Do you want meme coin calls today? Yes or no? Vote in the poll. Smash the like button as well. But given that and what we're seeing within the market, it's probably not going to end well. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't participate in these plays. I'm pretty aggressively trading it. To be honest with you, most of my attention right now is on the meme coins because when the music's playing, you want to dance, right? You want to be at the party, you want to dance, you want to have fun, and you want to take the liquidity whilst it's there. View it like that. Don't worry about the name of the token. Don't worry about the coin. It's all about where the liquidity is. If you want to make money fast in this market, you want to capture that liquidity. But it is a frothy sign. It is a warning sign when it comes to the market and what probably comes next, right? This is currently the fun and the gains and the incredible quick momentum that we're getting on some of these coins is simply just a symptom of what's to come next, which is going to be a major correction, right? There will be a major correction in this cycle. And I would even lean towards saying it's going to definitely be above 20%. It's probably going to be somewhere in the 30 to 40% camp. I think this next one that we have will be the biggest correction which we've seen. And there are some warning signs, right? We got to pay a lot of close attention to what's happening to Bitcoin right now at current levels around this $69,000 mark. Can that key level be reclaimed? If it can't, it may be flipping price support into resistance. And then you could be looking at a deeper correction down to that 56K level, right? So if you look at the chart over here, this has got all of our different levels that matter. We got the pivot level, we got the 200 EMA on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, and currently this is how it's situated. Okay, we've lost the pivot level. The pivot level is the RSI. Price needs to pretty much break above the all-time highs once again and move into price discovery to get that RSI trending back up, right? if price continues to remain and consolidate down here, however, some of the RSIs on the high time frame, so if you can see something like this without a major breakdown, and you can see price oscillate and create a little bit of a range or a bull flag, you'll also see bullish divergence forming between price and the RSI on the daily time frame. We don't have that yet though. We don't have that yet, but it is in the potential making. So pay attention to these levels. There's a lot of key things taking place this week, right? Rarely things get full-blown bullish if you break back above the highs. Obviously, then you're going to be trending into all-time highs. Otherwise, in the short term, risk is towards the downside until we can break above this key candle. I'm going to highlight the candle for you. This is all you need to do. You just have to mark off this candle on your chart. Okay, let's grab our highlighter. This candle that occurred on Saturday, this is the candle you want to focus on. This candle right over here. You need to see price, doesn't matter what the time frame is, but something higher, 4 hour or above, needs to break and close above that key level. So most notably $70,000. Why that particular level? Well, if you can get and hold above that level, then you'll be reclaiming your 9 exponential moving average. You'll be reclaiming your 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, which has been governing the uptrend. And then you can also view this as a range, right? You can view this as a range. That's the range low. That's the range high, and ultimately this will be a break and reclaim of that range level, which is a bullish sign, and then you can start to look for higher prices. A rejection from this level would be incredibly bad and would mean that we need to look all the way back down towards the 50 MA, which is going to be tracking up to about $57,000. So I'm giving you a lot of different levels over here. There is hope that potentially you could see those levels reclaim. Let's just quickly go into this chart and move it up over here to show you why. This paints the picture of that range a little bit more clearly between these zones over here and as well as with your EMAs. So long story short, high time frame trends, the weekly remains in an uptrend, but your low time frame trends are starting to lose key levels, right? You got lower lows and lower highs forming on the 4 hour time frame, and the trend is your friend until the end of that trend. So bulls really want to see this happen. You want to see the reclaim. You want to see a bit more of a consolidation that will allow for that bullish divergence to form in the daily time frame, and then the reclaim above 74K. We can see expansion higher. I tend to still lean bullish, but you have to start to notice the signs and symptoms, right? There are signs and symptoms. Other signs and symptoms which I've had, I always pay attention to market sentiment. I've started to get the phone calls, right, from the people that always buy the top. Those people have started to call me. I hope you're not watching the show. It's going to be kind of awkward then, but you know who you are. A few of you have started to contact me already, asking if it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, you know it's not a good time to be buying Bitcoin. I told you when to buy Bitcoin. Now is not a good time. Focus on these levels. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. That's why this is the key level to break above, right? Reclaim 69 to 70K and bulls can be in action once again. This is a different picture for other altcoin sectors, right? Gaming, AI, meme coins, they're doing their own thing. They're doing their own thing. It's probably actually a good time to accumulate those. Okay, looking over here under the hood at what's happening within the market, you can see the 1 hour time frame overall is kind of slowly floating towards the upside. If you look back from this 50K region, you've had the spot interest increasing as well. Buyers in the spot market are still there. We'll have to see what happens with the ETF flows. If those are positive, then of course you're going to see Bitcoin push towards the upside. Leverage has started to short the market. You can see this tanking towards the downside, and that is pulling price down overall. You got both your bids and your asks over here, so your buys and your sells. Big buy orders coming in with almost 426 Bitcoin currently at $60,000 over there. And then you have your next overhead level. Let's just quickly go towards the top side over here. Your next overhead level is coming in at $75,000. And that is 315 Bitcoin. And then you got another big sell order at $80,000, which is just under 300 Bitcoin, right? So those are the levels. As for all of our long positions, which we're currently holding on Bybit, these are all the positions. Most of them are in profit, right? We have 3 of them which are currently in the red. Some of them are bigger positions, some of them are smaller positions, but our main ones are still paying us absolute bank, right? One of the top positions that we have is, of course, the hype of the AI conference coming into play. $8,000 up on this position over here. Fetch AI. It could be a sell the news event. We'll pay very, very close attention to this chart leading into that event and see if we need to cut some of those positions. The other one that we're looking at over here is also for AI, is going to be NEAR. We're up $23,000 on this trade. That's 3,886%. And then the rest, meme coins, printing, right? Printing on the meme coins, still continuing over there with the Pepe position up 8,000%. And then, of course, the one that's ruled them all is WIF, 29,000%. And we can talk about that. Let's review these poll results over here. Have we completed the poll results? Is this enough? We have 2,133 votes. Half of you have not yet voted. Please go and vote. If the majority vote yes, then I'll bring the meme coins up. If the majority vote no, we're going to cut it. Okay. Because it is risky, guys. It is risky. But at the end of the day, you got to risk it if you want to make money. If you want to make money, you've got to risk it. Now, very, very quick mention over here for the sponsors. If you sign up to one of these links in the description below, a reminder, you can participate in the Banter Bags giveaway. That is the biggest giveaway that you'll probably see in the crypto industry, right? It's over here. Everything is over there. The Banter Bags is back. Your last chance to win millions of dollars. Remember, we invest into seed round investment opportunities into the allocations that we get. We put $1,000 into each bag. Most of the time, these go 100x and above, which means that $1,000 becomes $100,000. We give that whole series of bags away to you, the audience. Well, not to all of you, but to some of you, right? We're going to pick the lucky winners. This is how you participate. Sign up using one of the links below. Remember, official sponsors of the channel is Bybit. We have CoinW as well. Sign up to CoinW, claim your sign-up bonus, and then subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our second channel, which is Banter Plus. By doing those two things, you automatically entered into the bags. When the bags hit, when the subscriber count hits a certain number, Ran will give them away. I don't know when. He'll give it away at any random point in time. He'll use the way that he'll call your name out is using your user ID, right? Your user ID. So the more of these exchanges that you sign up to, the higher your chances of winning are. Okay. Also, by doing that, you can win a Bitcoin. Remember, you can win a Bitcoin. You can also participate in this. Guess the price of what Bitcoin will be by the 15th of May as the clock strikes 12 on Coinbase. Closest guess wins a full Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's trading at 130K by then, and you guessed right, you're going to win 130K. Okay, let's get into some of the altcoin talk. That's your very quick overview of Bitcoin. I've made it pretty clear. $69,000 to $70,000 is the level to reclaim. That's the super important zone to reclaim for Bitcoin. Anything below that is starting to shift risk slightly towards the downside. Understand that is a correction within a overall uptrend or a bull market, right? If you reclaim 70,000, we're pushing higher, and then we still need to set in a local top at a later stage. Okay. Renko helps to really eliminate the noise and keep things pretty simple. And you can see, looking at all these coins, the ones that are strong versus the ones that are weaker. Bitcoin on the Renko chart has started to shift towards the downside. Okay. If you look at Ethereum, shifting towards the downside. If you look at Casper, shifting towards the downside. Injective towards the downside. Matic is up, but getting sketchy. It might come down. Dogecoin is still up. Meme coin sector is hot and happening. But look at the two strong coins, the ones we spoke of. Solana sucking up all that liquidity. We have AVAX also sucking up all that liquidity. This is the catch-up trade. So these are the strong tokens where you want to be paying attention. Now, if you want me to go into some of the altcoins, guys, smash the like button. Let's get this to 1,500 likes as soon as possible. Remember that James gets paid for every like that happens above 1,500, and he's sitting over here next to me complaining. So please smash the like button. The other thing is vote on the poll. We still have half of you which haven't voted. I need to know if I must do the meme coins or not. And then drop your altcoin requests. Let's look at some of the other altcoins as well in today's show, not just the meme coins, but the other altcoins too. Why? Because Bitcoin is starting to show weakness, the dominance, right? The dominance is starting to show ever so slight signs of weakness over here. Liquidity is going into coins like Solana and AVAX. And look at these candles, right? Look at those candles, right? Rejection, 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 rejection. These are high time frame. These are weekly candles, constant rejections from those zones, showing you that risk appetite may be coming into the altcoin market very, very soon. For now, we still need to see either this, a break below 52.22%, or we need to see one more spike up to 57.36% in order to make our decision. So it's either which level gets hit first. We're either going to hit that level on Bitcoin dominance, or we're going to break this level, and that will be our trigger to know what to do next. So watch that level carefully. If you look at the ETH BTC chart, the reaccumulation phase is continuing, right? It's been a very, very long time. We are now 147 days into this reaccumulation phase, which again suggests to me that it's unlikely that we've topped yet. We're seeing some of the signs and symptoms, but it's unlikely that the overall market has topped yet, because you wouldn't see such a long reaccumulation phase on an altcoin. The market tends to top when altcoins are at peak euphoria, which would mean that you would expect to see, if you look over here, we can actually go back and see exactly what happened in the prior cycles, right? So if you go over here to 2021, there it is, boom. This is where you expect to see your market cycle tops. When ETH BTC is trading at these levels, when there's peak euphoria within the altcoin sector and everybody's making hand over fist kind of money, you don't expect to see the market cycles to top in a massive reaccumulation phase in something like Ethereum. So again, this doesn't mean that we're converting all of our Bitcoin into Ethereum. Just to be clear, we use the ETH BTC chart as a proxy and an understanding for what's to come in the altcoin sector. If the altcoin sector is to break out and create or defend new levels, reclaim new levels and defend those levels, increasing in value towards the upside, then this chart helps us to understand that it's okay and it's safe to allocate into those altcoin sectors. So let's review the poll results and then we'll know what we're bringing up. Okay, so far, again, same thing. Is this refresh? 66%. Let's refresh that. Yeah, 66. Okay, I guess majority rules over there. For the 34%, I do apologize for what's about to come in the next 10 minutes. If you don't want those meme coins, of course you can tune out, but some of them are in the zone, right? It's not too late. Total 3 is showing over here that we're pushing towards that $823 billion mark. We want to see it reclaim that level. That will be a sign of strength. The LARP lines that I've drawn over here with price pushing into here just simply shows that this is a resistance zone which could potentially reject and lead into a consolidation into the top. You could see something like this, right? You could see something like this. It doesn't mean it's going to reject and come all the way down. You could see total 3, which is indicative of that altcoin market grind into resistance, and that is usually incredibly bullish. A grind into resistance most of the time leads to those big explosive moves towards the upside, which will give you an opportunity, if you haven't been in the market, to get in between 732 billion and up to that 823 billion on the total 3 market cap levels over there. So keep an eye out on that. Now, a lot of coins are starting to move again. We know that we have the NVIDIA conference coming up. Render's up 20%, 𝗬's up 11%, GRT's up 8%, Fetch AI is up 12%, AGIX is up 13%. The whale room community, the private Discord group, of course, are already in all of these positions. We literally gave these ages ago. Over the course of December, January, February, we were already allocating into these spot positions. We're continuing to hold. Okay, so for the whale room community, continue to hold the AI coins. We can look into some of these coins, right? We can look into some of these coins. Sui and Say are also noteworthy mentions. Sui is starting to push towards the upside, and this looks like this was the dip for buying, right? This looks like there's going to be continuation higher on Sui. If you look at Say as well, Say hasn't printed an as picture perfect chart yet, but we'll monitor that one closely. Let's have a quick look at 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬, see what's happening with 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕. Big pullback. This was the level to hold. Didn't quite get there. That's probably going to be the new low. If you are long on 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓, you probably don't want to see price action come again back below these daily candles at $6.50. That's the level to hold. Let's look at Matic. Matic was one on Renko that's starting to show some signs of strength over there. So here's your levels, right? Levels to watch. This is going to be a significant zone. Don't want to see price, again, similar to 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓. You don't want to come below the recent lows that were created on 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓. The same for Matic, right? So $1. You want to hold that $1 mark. Let's look at AVAX, because AVAX is also looking strong. You can see an SR flip. Prior resistance starting to flip this level into support. That is an easy long opportunity. If you're looking for spot trades, meaning you're just holding the underlying asset, pretty simple. that would be the long with the invalidation goes below there, and your potential upside targets. First level of interest is going to be coming in over here at 103, but pretty much you can target all the way up to those highs, right? So very, very conservative trade setup would still give you a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. Injective, we're still bullish on Injective. You started to get the breakout from the bull flag. You're holding that level of support. Stops would go below here. Stops go below the recent lows. I would most notably say probably 37.64 is where your stop's going to go, and you're looking to play this one long. The measured move is on my other chart. I think it was 75. The measured move is about 75 on that chart. Let's have a very, very quick look at some of these AI tokens and see how they're looking on the high time frames. This is, of course, very, very high time frame. We're looking at the weekly chart over here. Also looking at an SR flip, right? So there it is, SR flip. Let's make this nice and big. That's your key levels. Prior resistance, breaks above, holds a support, holds a support. This is XAI. If we go to Ocean, how does Ocean look? Okay, again, stochastic RSI coming off of very, very low volume, low volatility over there, which means we have a big opportunity for a huge move on Ocean protocol. I might actually even consider taking some of my near profits, that $23,000 profit, and moving some of that over here into Ocean. So higher highs and higher lows is the name of the game. Looking again at everything comes down to Saturday's candle. Remember, for Bitcoin, Saturday's candle is the candle high that we want to reclaim. And for the altcoin, Saturday low is the candles that we want to defend. We don't want to see price come below those zones. Okay, so there you go. Higher low. Next higher low, we want to see immediate continuation on something like Ocean. GRT. Okay, let's look at GRT. Same thing. Saturday low, that's the invalidation. If you really want to be conservative, you can look at this candle over here where there was expansion, meaning on GRT, the graph, you can put your stop at 0.31, and then you're looking for long opportunities from there. Okay, let's go on to Fetch. Let's go Fetch AI. There it is as well. Saturday low, stops below Saturday low. Very, very easy. AGIX, probably Saturday low. Yes, same thing. Stops below Saturday low. Simple. Let's move on. Okay, here's the injective moonshot target. We're looking at 74. 74 is the zone to go to, right? Okay, please can you put on your big boy pants? And for the 34% of you who don't want to be here, I do totally understand, but you may as well watch, right? You may as well see what I'm about to talk about. You never know if it might benefit you. Now, I'm very, very nervous to even mention some of these coins. I actually don't even know if I am going to mention them, but I'm going to build the case for some of these tokens. I don't know, James, what do you think? Should I mention it, or is it too risky? One of the coins is at, let me just check over here. One of the coins is currently at, let me see the market caps over here. Okay, one of these coins is sub $5 million market cap, and one of them is $12.8 million market cap. Is that too risky? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. Is that too risky to mention? Yes or no? I need you guys to understand the risk when it comes to these meme coins, right? Anything that's under about a $25 million market cap is incredibly volatile. You can see sell-offs of down to about 60 to 80% in the matter of a day. And you can see upside potential of 250 to even 1,000% in one day. Please understand. Okay, I'm looking at the comments. Some of you say no, some of you say yes, some of you are just shilling the meme coins you want. I'm reading them. No. There's a lot of no's over here. But vote in the poll. I'm gonna go according to the poll. If you want to change your mind, go vote on the other part of the poll and say no. We'll see if it starts to skew, then I won't mention them. Okay, high risk, high reward. Some of you are saying you need meme coins under $1 million market cap. Guys, I don't know, there's no regulation around crypto, but I would think that would be grounds for insider trading or some sort of market manipulation if I were to do that. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back onto the screen. You still have a chance to change your vote. You can vote no. If you don't want to be here, vote no. Vote no if you think it's too risky. Let's start building the case over here. Andrew Kang says, although meme coins are commonly analogized to casinos or lotteries, they are, he says the market for memes is probably 100 times bigger. Meme coins, hold your breath here. Meme coins are assets and people mentally are able to allocate a lot more into what they perceive, keyword, perceive as an investment or asset compared to the entertainment expense of a few fun nights out at the casino. And there is reason as to why. He says, think about it this way. The global average spend across collective individual wealth into casinos is probably less than 2%, right? Personally, I've never even been into a real casino. Personally, very few people actually put money, put everything onto the table. How much might someone put into meme coins? 1 to 5% if they are scared money. I mean, I think this is overboard. I think if you put 1 to 5, I mean, I can tell you 0.01% to about 1.5% allocation that I put into meme coins. So I'm clearly very scared money. 10 to 50% if they are more degen or risk tolerant, and 100% plus if they are betting 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗕𝗓. If you're putting 100% of your money into meme coins, please seek professional help. I think we need something like the casinos have where we can ban you. If you are doing something like this, you're sick. You're sick in the head. Okay, if you look at global wealth, roughly 95% is in investment assets, real estate, stocks, other assets, and M1 money supply, right? He said, I've heard many people talk about meme coins as a zero-sum game. This is incorrect. We will continue to make high highs and high lows across cycles, and over the next decade, the aggregate market cap of memes will increase. This is the emergence of a new asset class. What do you guys think? Is this BS? I mean, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. Let me know in the comments. At the end of the day, I don't really care. Remember, this is a trading show, right? Yes, we do some longer term holds and investment, but ultimately we're still trading, even if we're trading on a longer basis or the cycle, we're trading the 4-year cycle. Bear in mind, you guys know, you followed me for a very, very long time. I go from 100% cash or stable coins into 100% allocated or invested into the crypto market because I'm playing the cycle. There will come a time in probably the next anywhere between 6 and 24 months where I once again will be 100% allocated into cash or stablecoins, right? Meaning I'm not even holding one single crypto, not even one Bitcoin, not one ETH, not one Solana, nothing, because I play it according to the risk, right? If the market is risk on, I want to be risk on. I want to be buying, I want to be in before they risk on, and when the market's going to go risk off, we're going to distribute like there's no tomorrow, and all of these coins are pretty much going to go down between 99% and literally 100%. Many of these coins go to absolute zero. So I've built the case. I've made it very clear. Now, please understand, you play this at your own risk. You play this at your own risk. It's a very, very dangerous game. I did put 2 charts up in the DJ Dive, on Discord in the DJ Dive, right? These were some of the things that we looked at over the course of the weekend. So again, because I'm not doing live shows on the weekend, if you want that information on a weekend, you must be part of Whale Room. Now let's get into it. I'm double checking the votes. You had full disclosure. You had your chance to say no. 33% of you said you do not want meme coin calls today. Please, could you log off because this might hurt your ears? The other 67%, you need to do a couple of things. Some people ask me as well, how do you actually purchase these meme coins? So what you need to do is you need to download a Phantom wallet, right? Phantom wallet, spelled like that. There it is. You have to download a Phantom wallet. Once you have a Phantom wallet, the Phantom wallet utilizes Solana as the gas token. And because the meme coins are going absolutely ballistic on Solana, Solana's volume is increasing tremendously, and Solana is the most bullish ecosystem and coin right now. AVAX could potentially catch it, but for now, it's absolutely pumping. Okay, so once you have Solana on your Phantom wallet, you'll be able to participate in these trades. Okay, let's go. Let's move on. If you look over here, one of the coins, this is the sub $5 million coins, was leaked by Ansem. Again, we can only speculate. These guys play 5D chess. They lay a little breadcrumbs along the way, trying to get people into the meme coin market beforehand, or at least giving them a fair chance if they have their finger on the pulse of the market. He says, Elon Musk replied, guys, at Jason, saying that he'll buy his meme coin, and then the next day he tweets out a picture of dog with hats. That was for St. Paddy's Day. Elon posted a picture with hats on all the different dogs. Coincidence? I think not, brothers. He's saying basically he's bullish on dog with hat. Then he says over here underneath, BINK, dog with hat on Sphere has been fully funded. Now, if you know your meme coins really, really well, BINK is Bonk's sister. I mean, guys, this space is unbelievable. BINK is Bonk's sister, and this is BINK. Okay, BINK has been consolidating into a clear range with a measured move that would take it up at the time when I did this, about 197%, currently about 108% towards the upside. Now, if you want to participate in these things, because those of you that ask, the contract address is always here on the left-hand side. You would have to copy that, and then you put it into the Phantom wallet. I'm not advocating that any of you buy this. I'm just telling you this is Bonk's sister, and this market is insane. They want to build this into a potential trending meme. So that's one of the coins that I've been looking at. The next one. Let's go to the next one over here. Okay, this is Gustavo, one of our top researchers who's the biggest meme coin degen I've ever seen. He says, did you know that AMOGUS was one of the most played games a few years ago, all-time daily peak on Steam of almost 500,000 users. Now, what we like to see when it comes to these meme coins is we want the devs out because they get the majority of the supply, and we want them to essentially sell all their tokens, and then you get a big pump and a dump. That pump and dump has already happened, and it went back to zero, and now it becomes a community coin, right? Which means that you can have a more decentralized spread amongst who the whales are holding this particular coin. You also have over here Fred, who I can tell you is very into the meme coin sector right now. He has a hat on. He was one of the first people that put the hat on. And he says meme coins around iconic games will go absolutely vertical soon. Just a feeling. I think one of these is the iconic game Among Us. Started accumulating some Among Us. Now, remember, I'm just TA, right? So I'm just looking at the charts over here, and this is what the chart says. Currently, it is holding above a $13 million market cap, and it started to break out of an ascending triangle, which has a measured move, taking it up another 99%. And then we'll see, can it defend this level? We play it level to level. As long as the uptrend remains, we'll continue to hold this particular position. LMEOW, HEMULE, those are still doing good, right? These were prior coins that we gave at extremely low market cap, still holding 30 million. LMEOW holding $16 million market cap. Range bound, it hasn't lost any levels. I will tell you guys if it starts to move into a downtrend and lose some key levels. Otherwise, for now, those are the ones that we're looking at. We're looking at also dog with hat on ETH. Now, no one wants to trade these, right? Because these are on ETH. It's expensive. $4.5 million market cap. This is the speculation of the catch-up trade. As long as it holds this 0.039 level, it's still A-okay. And you can play this to the top side of the range at 16, right? At 16 cents, which would look like this. As a move, you'd be looking at dog with hat on ETH, 260% move. Now, I tend to lean towards where the rest of the degens are and stick more with the Solana plays just because it's so much cheaper to get in and out. It doesn't hurt. It's worth putting in $10, $15. Whereas on ETH, you're going to pay $90 on gas fees to put in $15. Doesn't make sense, right? So the Phantom wallet is where most of the action is happening. Okay, moving on. What could ruin the fun? The meme coins is one potential signal that could be a little bit of a toppy signal amongst the prior top buyers who are now contacting me personally. Also, we have the FOMC statement coming up on Wednesday. Mark that off on your calendar. It is pretty significant. The stock market is going to be gapping up over here on the Nasdaq towards the upside. Not gapping up, at least it's pre-market is opening up a little bit higher. Let's see if we can defend these levels and consolidate at those zones. Another alert, big scam alert. Be very, very careful, guys. 𝗕𝗓𝗓 side seems to be down. I know a lot of you are already mining or farming your tokens, and they're sending emails. I received an email this morning that looked like this. This is literally the email that they sent me. I sent this to 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓, basically suggesting that you must click over here to claim the airdrop. Do not do that. Do not click any funny links. Go into who the email came from and you'll see. Go onto the 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗧 Discord, go onto the 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗧 Twitter, and onto their blog. Unless the announcement comes from one of those or all three of those channels, do not click on any funny links. If your site is down, they're currently going through maintenance. Be careful. It's also another reason to have a NordVPN for literally 9 cents a day. Use the link in the description below for a 67% discount. And then remember, for those of you in Europe, US, and the UK, you can luckily participate in this 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗔 plan, right? We don't get it in Africa. You get 60% off using this link. They'll remove so for example, the email that I got, that would be breached data that these scammers would be buying. Ultimately, you get removed from all of those databases if you're using 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗢𝗢. Okay. That's it from me, folks. See you all on the next one. Have a great day. Don't degen too hard. Be careful out there, and cheers for now.